It's not morning.
Good morning, Shayne.
Buenos dias, mi amiga.
Oh, wait a minute. What is, okay. I was watching something yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a podcast or something, but they sang, um, Buenos Dias. Okay, it'll come to me. They
Oh,
sing it. Oh, it's what's her name? The TV lady, the news lady,
which news lady? There's a lot of
the
them.
one, I don't know where she is, but she's Dominican. And she's
Okay.
always talking in her TV voice, like she's like,
Okay.
time is
Oh
10.
yeah, ABC. Yeah, ABC Robert's wife. Yeah. I follow ABC Robert, and
And
then his
he
wife is
is
Dominican.
hilarious
Yes, he is,
because
man.
she said something to him and he sings Buenos Dias like to
Yep.
his mother-in-law,
Como
like
estás?
I can't
Yes.
wait to see
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
And like
Yep.
so then
Yep.
all
Yep.
these other people were doing the same
I
thing, like
saw that
and
reel, most
posting. Yeah,
definitely. That was funny.
yeah,
Do you
they're
see the one
funny.
where he was trying to dance bachata with his mother-in-law? Oh
No.
my god, just because they're
I forget to watch
Dominican.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he put up
forget.
one where she put in the caption something like don't believe everything they tell you in the beginning. Whatever, I guess he told her he knew how to dance bachata. And then like
Uh,
him and his mother-in-law are sitting there and he's like doing the electric slide. He's doing like all
that
these
is
random moves.
so
Because he can't
funny.
dance bachata.
No. That
No.
baby looks just like him.
We know who was putting in the work that night. You know what I'm saying?
She looks
Robert was putting it
just
down.
like him. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, they're funny. They are funny. So, all right, who are we, Shayne?
Man, who are we? We are two uncensored seasoned corporate veterans who are here to pass along the wisdom we receive from lessons learned from mistakes made in hopes that you don't do the same thing. But if you do, if you decide to fuck up,
I
you can
know.
go ahead and laugh while
Don't
you
do
doing
it.
it.
Don't do it. Don't do
Because
it.
it's a decision. It's a
Yeah,
decision.
it's a decision. It's a
It's a
decision.
decision.
Hmm.
You shouldn't be stealing that stuff out the pantry and taking it home.
That
But you
is
do it
so
anyway.
funny.
Don't do it.
From
Don't
work?
steal it from work.
Are people in the
Mhm.
office? I
No,
can't. There are
hey,
lots of people in the office.
why buy care eggs when I can just take the care pods from the office and take them home?
That is so funny.
You know,
Well, I tell you, I did. I have taken toilet paper from work before years ago
toilet paper.
when I was a struggling.
Listen, when we first got married, I used to take paper plates out the kitchen.
Why paper plates? You have plates at home, I'm sure.
So I didn't have to wash dishes.
That is so funny. That's like when Jay got his first apartment when he went to school, and he's like, I'm not. I'm not buying dishes. I'm buying everything, paper plates and plastic. I said, no, that's terrible for the environment. And you're
Recycling is
not
a
going to
hoax.
recycle. And you're not going to. You sound like my neighbor Juan, who
I'm just
says
trying to tell you.
he said all years ago. He said it all goes to the same place in
It
HR.
does. Listen, guys, if you look at the little numbers in between the plastic at the bottom of your bottles, they'll tell you whether or not it's recyclable. And very little, very small amount of the plastic that we actually use is recyclable. It shit all goes to the same people.
Oh gosh, help me. So everything's a hoax. Everything is a hoax, right?
Everything that is
Ev-
for profit is usually a hoax.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, we
that's
live in a
cool.
capitalist society, so I can make if I tell you that all this stuff can be recycled and
Hmm.
then you start recycling it, now I have another way to make money. What if I told you that, this stuff can't be recycled, then I'm just cutting down on a profit margin, a whole profit, cipher I'm gonna turn off just to tell you the truth? No.
Who did this to you? Um,
Experience in life.
did you
But
see
seriously,
that? Did you see the baby? She is the makings of a like a Marvel comic book villain or not Marvel. Who's the other one? DC.
DC.
She sounds like the Joker. She's like
Oh, that's
one.
good. Oh,
It's like this devilish laugh. It's so funny. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be a comic book villain. All right, so good news. We got some good news, right?
yeah.
I read this. I thought it was so cool. All right, now I gotta find it. I can't stand when
So
you find these articles.
FYI,
What?
oh, while you're looking for that, so
Uh-huh.
if your plastic is plastic and that little triangle has 3, 4, or 6,
Okay.
or 7,
Okay.
3, 4, 6,
Three,
or
four,
7,
yeah.
It's not recyclable.
So they're just lying?
They're just lying.
3, 4, 6, or
6 or
7?
7.
3, 4, 6. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go check all the plastic when I yeah, when I'm done. Okay, so Roy Alela is a 25-year-old engineer and inventor from Kenya, and he has found the ultimate solution to bridging the communication barrier between deaf and hearing people. He's invented sign IO gloves that can translate signed hand movements into audible speech so deaf people can
Dope.
talk even to those who don't understand sign language. How cool is that? That is
Very
so
cool.
super cool.
Very cool. Black folks be
Jeez
winning.
Louise.
Where
My
would this world be without
gosh.
us?
Oh gosh. You know what? That's funny because Elizabeth Leba, who wrote I'm Not Yelling, I follow her on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
and she posted something about the man, I can't remember his name. I feel terrible, who actually like who I guess when Thomas Edison created the light bulb, it was so expensive, and this guy made a cheaper filament or whatever. It's a black dude. I can't remember his name. And so it's just like a more, the more you know type thing. And some hurt older white man had to chime in and say there are lots of unsung heroes that are Asian and white or Caucasian and blah. People are like,
Yeah.
what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah,
I don't know.
it
I
was
think
just
that's dope
the
though.
more you know moment.
Yeah.
Now I can't think of his name.
I think that
Um,
having, those gloves where we can have people understand ASL is pretty dope. I think we go back. I think ASL this year has really like come to be accepted more normally and more like turned up. I've seen so many like ASL uh social media accounts of people like, just having
oh,
like
really?
arguments. Yeah, like girls being like really hood with their ASL movements, like, and it's just hilarious, right? Like shit is hilarious. They're like,
I guess after you see
yo,
the
there's
people
diverse.
doing
Just,
ASL at the concerts.
yep. Let me see. Yeah, so that was the Super Bowl. We had the first ASL performer at Super Bowl
Yeah, but I
this year.
mean, but lots of I think who had one? There's been a number of concerts where they had, like, I think Busta Rhymes. There was
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Waka Flocka had a really
yeah,
good one. Then
yeah.
like so this year for Rihanna it was Justina Millis was the girl
She.
who was
Oh
doing.
yeah, she was more. I'm just gonna say it. She was more exciting than
Yo, she was.
Rihanna was.
She didn't have to be, because you know what? Rihanna could just stand there and breathe, and we should all be thankful to be able to witness her breathing.
Well, yeah, she's dope,
You
but
know.
I wanted to see some
Shout out to the
Rihanna one.
Navy.
Why? What happened?
Navy, that's what Rihanna fans are. The Navy.
Oh, they're the Navy. Why? What does that
Yeah,
stand for?
that's just what Rihanna's fans are.
They are?
Yes,
Okay. The
yes,
Navy. I had no
Navy.
idea.
It's okay.
Okay.
Now you know.
Oh, okay. I need to find this thing. This is gonna bother me. Um,
That's no problem. But in
because
the meantime,
yeah. All right. So, oh, more good news.
shout out to the
Did
good
Diddy,
news.
or what is Diddy now? Is he
He
Diddy or is
love. No,
he?
he's love. I thought is. Didn't he change it to love?
He's Love.
Yeah, he changed his name to Love. I think he's trying to emulate what his name is, because he's doing some really cool shit out here in these streets.
Okay. So now he's Love. Okay, because I know he gave some money away, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Not just did he give away money, he gave away his artists their publishing rights back.
yeah, he gave him their Yeah, so he's reassigning the publishing rights of Bad Boy Records catalog to the artists and songwriters behind the music ahead of the music's label's 30th anniversary and his upcoming album release. Hmm. He's faced criticism for years because he didn't treat his artists fairly. They always said he didn't. They always, yeah, he had a running through. They said he always ran through artists. Like he gets somebody good, like Craig Mack, then you
Yeah,
don't do
burns
anything
him
with
out.
him. Yeah, just yeah. Total Craig Mack. I mean Mase.
So they're saying that by him giving back these publishing, that's cost him a few $100 million.
That's all?
Uh, yeah, nine
Okay.
figures. Yep, yep, yep.
Okay.
So they get to have that. Now, like you pointed out earlier when we were talking about it, he gave them the publishing, but what he didn't give them was the
The masters. Yeah.
masters. He's
So
like,
they could
yeah,
do
I'll
it.
give
They
you
could
the.
do a Taylor Swift thing
Mm-hmm. They
and
can
re-record,
re-record all their songs,
and that's what
and
she's
then
doing.
yeah,
That's I
Now
wouldn't
for
mind hearing Mase re-record.
I don't know if he can. I don't know if he still got that. There was a hint of like youth and like happiness in Mace's voice. Now Mace
Oh,
does a podcast now with Cameron, and
he
he's
does?
he's much more
Wait a
like
minute, he's on Cameron's
yeah,
podcast?
Cameron. Yeah, it is what it is. Sports is it is what it is. They do it on
Oh,
YouTube. Shit is hilarious.
it
It is.
is?
Yeah, because they really get into the gritty side of the sports conversations.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's dope to hear their perspective on it.
And
But
he
for
doesn't
those,
sound
no, I mean, I don't think his music. Remember, his music was kind of happy and go
it
lucky.
was happy, so he
I
can't
don't think
be
he got that anymore. I think after a while, life kind of takes some of
aw,
that from you. You know,
and you can't go and sing happy songs?
can you get it back? Would it sound the same? Would it be the same? Mason Diddy going at it, and there, because some of a lot of them songs that Mason's popping on, Diddy was on those too.
Yeah. Oh, so he would have to
Yeah.
well, you don't have to have Diddy. Like Suge Knight says, "You want a producer who's all in the video."
Dancing.
And the funny thing is I don't know if I'm ashamed to say it or not, but I watched a documentary with Suge Knight the
Oh,
other
how was
day.
it?
It
The one
wasn't
on VH1 or which one
no,
was it?
it was
Okay.
either I think it was on Netflix.
Okay. How
And
was it?
they were boys. Like
They all were. Yeah.
yeah, they were like Suge. I didn't know Suge was like Diddy would come out to LA and he would put him down and yeah. They were boys, so I think they were a little blindsided what during the Source Awards when it was in New York when Suge got up on the stage and started
Said
talking.
what he said.
Yeah, so said what he said.
Said
So
what he said.
yeah. Well, who's going? I mean, who's going to check? Who's going to check Suge Knight?
No. Apparently the US penal
Well,
system
yeah. Well,
is
they
check
have.
Suge Knight,
So
and
yeah,
his ass is locked up.
I know.
He was Suge Knight got kind of wild out there. Remember he ran folks over with his truck in the drive. What the fuck? It was Suge.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't run people over with your truck. You just
No, no, Suge,
no, you cannot do
you
that
can't do that. So,
at
all
all.
right. Speaking of whack or crazy or whatever the kids are saying, what is something bad? What do the kids say when it's bad? What is it?
I don't even know what the kids say. I don't know any of the weird terms. I know cap, maybe like but that's for like if you lying. And
Is
then
it?
and then my son is big on the word riz, which is
That's
charisma, short for
yeah, yeah,
charisma.
yeah. Heaven forbid it meant respect. Heaven forbid. All right, so I hadn't heard about this. I don't know if you have it. It's a drug called Crank,
Yeah.
and it's like creating zombies, basically.
You mean Tranq?
Yeah, is creating walking zombies
Yeah.
of people. Um, it says a no basic. Okay, this is an animal tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Why, people?
I
Why?
saw
It's
a
a
video
horse
someone did
tranquilizer.
when they were going down Skid Row in LA, and they
Hmm.
just showed everybody who was on Tranq, and it literally looked like The Walking Dead. Folks were
Yeah,
just like hunched
yeah,
over, just it was crazy.
that is insane. So so now they're saying men were more likely to be using opioids that contain xylazine, and to die from opioid overdose than women. So I don't know why. The percentage of fatal opioid overdoses in xylazine has been was detected by what? Was detected to have risen by 276% from 2.9% to 10.9% between January of 2019 through June of 2022. That's
Makes sense.
according to the CDC.
Yeah,
Um,
everybody was trying everything during the quarantine.
oh
You
my God.
wanted to try whatever you needed to try to make those
Jeez.
feelings that you were feeling go
The
away.
people are in pain. If you want to take a horse tranquilizer, basically, it's an
That's how
animal
much
sedative
pain you feeling.
not meant for human consumption, just like oh my gosh. It can lull people into a state of unconsciousness for hours, increasing the risk of robbery or assault. It can also slow the heart rate and lower the blood pressure. And here's the best part. With chronic use, Tranq causes dramatic disfiguring wounds, usually in a person's legs or arms.
Mm.
Is that not insane?
You hurt so bad that you
And
want to put a hole in your body.
it can occur whether the drug was snorted, smoked, or injected.
Yeah, shit crazy. I mean,
Oh, and the pe no, so it's not bad enough that you're taking an animal sedative. Some people are even lacing it with fentanyl. Now,
Yo, if
why don't you just take a gun to your head?
maybe they want to go out, but they want to
Oh
go
my
out on a high
god.
or whatever. If there's ways to die, I don't want to
Mm.
die violently. If I die, you know,
But you're like destroying your body. That is violently to me. If you break out in sores
yeah,
and you're half dead, basically,
a lot of people are hurting, like you said.
they
I
are.
think quarantine pandemic helped people realize they don't like themselves. Can you imagine spending endless hours? There's a lot of people who are married with partners who complain about, finding out more annoying ticks about their spouses during the pandemic. There's a lot of divorces because of the pandemic. But imagine not having anyone
Oh,
at all. Imagine you're just in your house by
oh
yourself
my gosh.
24/7
Yeah.
for what was that? I saw 3-4 months. We was on the hard
Yeah,
lockdown.
that
You
yeah,
know,
I had good my sister was like that, and I was like, "Man,"
that's
yeah,
a
I would
hard
have to
pill to
circle back to the
swallow.
last dude I dated and be like,
Exactly. Yeah,
how you doing?
I gotta circle back.
How you
Gotta run
doing?"
it back because this is
Like, "You
crazy.
need toilet paper, I need toilet paper, wanna
Exactly,
search
because
for
this
toilet
is
paper
insane.
together," because that's what's literally, like, how Jason and I spent our Saturdays,
Right.
and he would act like we weren't together. He'd be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, can you back up?" We'd be in, like,
That's
6
funny.
feet.
That's
I
funny.
remember the time I was in Walmart, and I rarely go to Walmart, and, well, we needed toilet paper. I just don't like the lighting, and, we were in there, and this guy came up to me like, "Psst, you looking for toilet paper?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Over at, what's that place called? Oh, not Trader Joe's, Aldi's."
Aldi.
He's
Yep.
like, "The Aldi's over on Memorial Drive has toilet paper. Don't tell anybody." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "Hon, we
Yo,
gotta go
yo,
to
finding out
Aldi's."
where yo, find out where the toilet paper was a come up in
And
the
we couldn't
pandemic.
buy we bought a 16 pack or whatever, but they wouldn't. I said, "We need to buy 2, like,
Nope, they weren't letting
you."
people buy
I
double
said,
up
"We
on it.
checked out separately." I was like, "We'll just check
That's
out
the smart
separately."
thing to do.
Yep.
But
And
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of people didn't have that person to be annoyed by, and they were just sitting there. And after a while, you realize you don't like yourself. So now you start taking drugs to help quail that voice that's in
Ugh,
your head, and just keep going
jeez.
down that path. You
Oh
just
my
keep
gosh, that is awful.
spiraling.
That's awful. I mean, yeah, I don't I think my husband and I are kind of like we like to be alone in our house with other people,
Yeah.
like, but not I
Like
do
I
not
love you. I don't want to be bothered by you, but I want you around me at the
I want
same
you
time.
I want you
Like, don't bother me, but
yeah,
please be
right,
near me,
yeah,
not
please be near
bothering
me,
me.
but yeah,
Please be
right.
near me, not
Because
bothering
I
me.
used to accuse him of that, but I think I'm the same way.
Yeah,
Like,
I
Ariel, I
think
was watching something yesterday, she came I was like, "Can I have a hug?" I was like, no, come back.
again, no, a
I'm
little
watching
little
something."
overstimulated right
And
now.
she was like, "How about an elbow bump?" I'm like, "Okay, elbow bump, thanks."
I think that doesn't stop. My daughter is forever wanting affection from my wife. It is like I'm like, damn girl, you using up all her touch time. She don't have no touch time left for me.
You're so stupid. Yeah, that
Um,
doesn't go I don't think that goes away because she's 16.
my daughter is 10,
So, yeah,
so
it
yeah.
does not go away. She's a sweetheart though. All right, so here it asks, does Narcan work on Tranq overdoses? And it doesn't because xylazine is not an opioid.
Boom.
So,
Yeah, it's something new.
something who is the evil person who thought, "You know what? Let me get out
Evil.
here and market this animal tranquilizer
I think it
to
was somebody who
people."
was hurting.
No, but how did they know? So, I mean, I'm just
I mean, they probably used it themselves, told somebody about how great it helped them
was
forget
it a
about
vet?
whatever pain. It had to be a vet. It's either a vet or somebody veterinary associated, like somebody who knew that humans can take horse tranquilizers up to a certain point, and it can have very, interesting side effects, whatever. So somebody who was affiliated or associated with veterinary medicine started this.
Jeez, it's sad. Okay, so what is this? What's on our next thing? Oh, Indeed CEO. Um, he wants to create. What does he want to create, Shane?
He wants to create
Cyborg,
AI.
yeah, cyborg recruiters that play the strengths of both humans and AI. So that's all your wheelhouse, Shayne. So tell everybody what that means.
So AI is artificial intelligence, and what the Indeed CEO wants to do is to eliminate the use of persons in screening, sourcing, and uh, interviewing candidates that apply for jobs. Now, this sounds crazy. Oh my God, he wants to replace all the people, but this technology has been around for a very long time. It's just been being used with the use of humans, right? Recruiters, when we have certain ATS systems, it'll rank resumes as to who's most qualified, who's least qualified for a job. When recruiters are sourcing different job boards for qualified candidates, we set up a search in which the job board will send us a list of qualified persons who meet the criteria for our job on a daily basis, right? So AI has been out here sourcing, recruiting, and screening for candidates. Just the Indeed CEO is making it clear that he is all about that bottom line and knows that it's cheaper just to use AI to do the recruiting work rather than to have an entire talent acquisition team doing the things. And if done properly, AI will be significantly less biased than humans that are doing the job itself. Because as humans, we are inherently biased. We cannot get
Mhm.
around it. We all have likes and dislikes. And therefore, our work, everything we do is going to have a little bit of bias to them, no matter how much we try. So the Indeed CEO is thinking that he can create more equity and more he can create more equity and he can create more diversity using AI, and also he can save a whole hell of a lot of money by using AI to do recruiting, sourcing, interviewing, whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. We better, I mean, people better
Tighten up.
wake up, yeah, and
Hey, use AI.
figure something out.
Don't be Blockbuster in the world of Netflix.
Right, you always
Embrace
say that.
AI.
I'm still trying to find this guy's name. This is gonna
I mean, because it's true. Like, I think it looks cute that he's saying that. And that was kind of bothersome when I saw that article, because it's like,
Mhm.
dude, you're not saying anything new. We've been using AI to do recruiting. You like, this is not, you're not some, evil genius here who's come up with some great plan.
Oh,
You're literally just doing something that Indeed has been doing for years. Indeed's always, here's how you know AI has been in existence. Everyone who has an Indeed account has set up Indeed alerts in
and
which
they
Indeed sends
mhm.
you jobs. That is
LinkedIn too.
AI.
Mhm.
LinkedIn as well,
Right,
Monster as
right,
well, Career Builder as well.
right,
That's artificial intelligence. That's
right.
artificial intelligence going through their job boards, looking for newly posted jobs that fit your criteria of the
Mhm.
algorithm. And the algorithm is that information you put in there, what you wanted, where the job has to be located, how much you want to be paid,
Right.
the terms, key terms. Those are all algorithms or models, right? So we were all baby AI prompt engineers in different aspects of our life.
Mhm.
And these job boards have been doing this for years. And every day when you get that list of new jobs, that is
Right.
AI. That is artificial intelligence, people. It's been here. It's been in play. Now you have to figure out how to incorporate it into your work life so you don't get replaced by AI.
Right.
Yep.
I'm still trying to
That's where
find
it comes in. But it's here. Don't be like Blockbuster. And people say, why do you say that? Because not many people realize that Netflix came to Blockbuster
that. Mhm.
wanting Blockbuster to buy them. It was like, yo, buy me, absorb me.
Right.
And Blockbuster was like, nah, you just a fad. Ain't nobody gonna be fucking with you in a couple of years.
Mhm.
Little did they know. Little did they know. You remember when there was Redbox? I feel
Yes.
like Redbox even gave Blockbuster a run for their money for a little while, because like
Yeah.
Redboxes were
If you go to the
everywhere.
grocery store
Yeah,
and there's one right outside. Do they still have those? I
I
think
haven't I
they
haven't
still
seen a
do.
Redbox. I'm sure they do. Some people still got DVD players out here.
Yeah, I have
Everything's
one
not
in my car,
digitalized.
my
Shout
van.
out to Trish in her when her car, she means her Mercedes Benz
And it's a van. It's a Honda minivan.
600.
No, no, I don't even drive. It's a Honda minivan. It's a Odyssey. I love that thing.
Shout out
Um,
to people who have
all
all
right.
drivers and they don't drive. You know what I'm saying?
Huh? Yeah, I have a driver. That's like Jay last week. He said that he was gonna when he gets a government contract, he's gonna go buy me a G Wagon. I said, I don't drive. He said, I'll get you a driver then. I'm like, okay.
Boom, there you go.
Um, Lewis Howard Lattimore. So he didn't invent the light bulb, he made it better. So that's who it
Right.
is.
The
Um,
filament for the
yes,
filament
yeah.
for the light bulb.
Hmm. So yeah. Anyway, all right. What else? There was something else. What else was there?
What else was there?
There,
What
I
else
thought.
wasn't there?
I don't know. I thought there was something. I thought there was something else that I had that I maybe mentioned. I don't know. I didn't print it out. Um, what? How was your weekend?
My weekend straight. Think this weekend, one of the dads on my son's AAU team is an assistant coach at a D1 university here
Okay.
in North Carolina. And so he had the boys come over to that school's practice facility. And we were
Oh,
basically, boys had access to go play ball at this, on a D1 court all weekend long, whatever, running drills and just working out, just getting ready for AAU season. So that was cool.
when does it start?
Our tryouts is October 1st, is when our team tries out again.
So, if you're on the team, you just have to continue to
To
try
try out
out?
every year, most definitely.
Wow.
Shit, if you make the team, that don't mean you're gonna make it till the end of the year. Our team always starts off with 13 to 14 boys. By
Uh-huh.
time, and that's in October. By the time January comes around, we're usually down to like 10. And then the end of the season by July, we're usually down to like 8 or 7. One is the travel schedule wears out on parents. And then two, the coach. If your kid isn't progressing, he's gonna, talk shit to you in the most, you know, eloquent manner that he can
Mhm.
muster and let you know that your kid ain't fucking cutting it. And then
Oh,
usually parents get a problem with that and then they'll
so
quit.
it's not for fun.
It's look, everything is fun when you're winning.
Right.
I don't tell you. We have
Okay.
fun. Like, our boys win. So, when you're on the team and you're winning, it's fun as fuck. Um,
Mhm.
our boys got up to rank number 1 in North Carolina last year
Oh,
for
boy.
5th grade AU boys. So, I mean, they have fun. We are, I
They
was telling you
play.
earlier this summer that we were
Yes.
playing a local tournament
The
and we
high
played up to the
schoolers.
8th grader. Yeah. And we blew them out by 50. And then they kicked us out the league because they said that we were too good to play in their league all summer and hurt their kids' feelings. So, you know,
Jeez. Okay. Um, that's
what'd
yeah.
you do this weekend? Did you go see
It's like,
anything cool?
I was gonna say it's a blur, but I did. I went to go see Equalizer.
Shout
So,
out to Equalizer.
yeah, shout out to Antoine Fuqua, who used to go by Tony, or my dad and his dad were best friends when I was
I
growing up,
told y'all
and
she
so
know everybody.
I don't know everybody. So
She
if he
knows
saw me
everybody.
today, he would not remember me. I only
She
remember
knows
him
everybody.
because he's a big time director. So,
And you're a big
um,
time
and I think
podcaster.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's so funny when you know somebody's a kid. You're like, it's pretty cool. So,
Now describe the level of violence the way you described it to me this weekend.
it was.
It was you used the director too.
Oh yeah, it was Quentin Tarantino-esque.
Yo, love it. I
I
love it.
I
Oh man.
like had my hand up like the entire time, and I don't think I ever told you this. I passed out at a Quentin Tarantino movie. Did I
Really?
ever tell you that?
No.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I'm sitting there and they're like did you see it? You saw the
Yeah.
end with all the oh gosh, just the melee. And Brad Pitt gets stabbed in the thigh. And
That did it for you.
I love Brad Pitt.
That
I
was
love
it.
And I was like, my heart was racing.
Not my
I was
breast.
like, and my girlfriend was like, I said, I feel lightheaded. And she was like, okay, here, let's get up and go get some air. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor on
That
the
was
dirty floor in the
mm,
walkway in the movie theater.
yeah.
And I wake up and I was like, am I in the movie? I thought I was in the movie. People are all standing around me. The movie's still going. And I was like, I'm on the dirty floor. She said, put your purse under you. I'm like, you got my purse on the floor? She called my husband, but he was at a game. I think he was at a baseball game. So she ended up, oh no, she called my mom and I could hear, I was like, hang up, because Ariel was there. I was like, hang up. And she called Jason. Somebody called 911. They made me get an ambulance. And
Ooh.
yeah, I was dehydrated.
So you never saw the end of the movie?
No, I
No.
didn't, and I never
Have you
never
ever
saw
gone back?
I
I was like, have you
never
ever
saw
gone back and
the
saw
movies.
that movie?
Anyway, so I end up going to a cardiologist, and he says, "You're the second person to pass out to in a Quentin Tarantino movie."
No, shout out to
He had
Quentin
somebody who
Tarantino.
passed out at Kill Bill.
Yo, that makes sense, right?
And I could
Pulp
never watch
Fiction.
Kill Oh, I love Pulp Fiction.
How you not pass out to Pulp Fiction?
Pulp
God
Fiction
damn.
is not I
I tell you know why I passed out in Pulp Fiction? The Vin Rames scene in the basement with the cops.
Oh, oh, yeah. No, 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 that
That
was
was
awful. That but I mean, but Kill
awful.
Bill is like slicing people's heads out, just
I'm good with gore. I'm not a
no,
big I
no.
am great with gore actually. I
Mhm.
like gore. I don't like breaking, which is weird. Like so we're talking about somebody getting shot with a bullet, that's cool. Getting somebody getting sliced. But I can't see a bone break. If I see a
Oh, yeah.
bone break,
No. Oh, yeah,
especially if
that
the
was
bone breaks the skin or something like that,
oh, well, yeah, that was
I
forget
can't.
about it.
Oh, my wife would love. She loves sending me
No.
like random gym
Oh,
injury videos.
no.
I'm
Oh,
like, I work out. I can't look at people getting their legs
no, no,
snapped in half on the leg press. Because now
no.
when I get
I
on the
would
leg press,
I'm
I'm
thinking about
paranoid as fuck.
yeah, no, that
But
happened to a friend of mine. His brother was playing basketball and he jumped up when he jumped down, his shin broke
yeah,
and went through the skin. Like, everybody in there was like just like, that happened to a basketball player,
yeah,
like a
man. Two basketball
yeah,
players.
yeah,
College basketball player at Cincinnati,
yeah,
and
people
then
were like
Paul
throwing
George
up.
when he was
Yeah,
playing in the Olympics. That was
yeah,
probably one of the worst breaks.
yeah.
Paul George when he came.
I wouldn't
That was
know.
awful.
I did not watch it. So anyway, Equalizer was gratuitous violence.
Mm.
I mean, just slice and dice. It was I didn't see it. Like, I finally turned back and see the blood. Usually I can't even watch the blood, but I was
I've
like,
been wanting to go
"Oh
see it.
my," and it's very quiet. It's very cool. I mean, Denzel's character is just very chill and
Yeah.
quiet. And he's starting to sound like Tracy Morgan to me.
Or Tracy Morgan's getting better at his Denzel impersonations. Which
Maybe,
one?
but that New York is just
Yeah.
really coming
The
out
older
of
he gets, the more New York
the
he
more
gets.
New York. Yep,
He
that
don't
is
even try to hide it no more.
no, no, that New
Now
York
I wonder is I gotta look it up, but is the Equalizer, is his character based in New York? Are they in New York for the storyline?
they're in Italy.
Is well, I mean, but originally is he a New Yorker? Is his
No,
character a New
they're in
Yorker?
Boston.
Boston?
They're in Boston. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in
Interesting.
Boston. So,
So it was good. Dakota Fanning did her thing.
yes, it was I mean, yeah, it was yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
it
cry
was
when you got the first Creasy Bear and Dakota scene on the screen together?
no, I just said, "Crazy." My husband started
Listen,
laughing.
I really want to go see it this weekend, but the kids. So we have a rule in our house. We do a large family activity on Sundays,
Okay,
along with like dinner, whatever. As long as responsibilities were handled during the week,
okay.
schoolwork, chores, whatever. And so this week was to go to the movies to go see Equalizer, but they was fucking up with their schoolwork and shit. And
Were
so
they
we
supposed
didn't
to
go.
go?
Yeah, we're gonna take everybody.
Oh,
They've
I thought
watched.
it was
My
more for
kids are built
year
different. My
Well,
wife.
there was a
Shout out to
5
my
there was
wife.
a there was a 5 or 6-year-old in there, and he was like, "Oh," like,
Yeah.
it was no big deal to him. I was like, "First of all, this is bad parenting. Second of all, oh my gosh, he's tougher than I am."
My wife loves horror movies, anything
I like horror.
horror, scare movies. And so my kids have been watching horror movies since they've been like old enough to walk, right? So they've watched the Jasons, they've watched the any
I don't
sort of
like
haunting movies, any sort
I
of
don't like,
like any of that shit.
I
Revenge
like
of the Killer
scary movies, but I
Clowns.
do not like slasher movies. I've never liked
Yeah.
slasher
So
movies.
my kids
You
watch
said
all
Revenge of the
those.
Killer Clowns.
They watch movies that I don't watch because I hate clowns. I hate clowns. They went and saw that.
Um,
What's that fucking doll movie with the
It?
little white artificial doll that was killing people? That came out earlier this
Chucky?
summer. No, it was a little. The doll was a little white girl.
Megan?
Megan, yes, they went and saw Megan. I was like, I'm not going to see that shit. I was like, I will
Ariel went
not
to see Megan.
go
She
see
said it was a
Megan.
comedy.
Yeah, that's what the wife
She said
said,
it
but
was
I'm like,
hilarious.
mm-mm.
Yeah,
I'm
Ariel likes scary movies. Like,
yeah, I
she and
can't
her
do
friend
it.
Elizabeth, they just saw something a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "You should see it." I'm like, "Mm-mm, that's okay."
I'm like, there's something wrong with you if you enjoy the feeling of fright. I
Yes,
don't, I
and
don't
you
like
know
fright.
what? Always enjoyed that feeling. I don't know what happened to me. I wanted to be
You
scared, like,
got
whether it was
wiser.
a roller coaster
I was gonna say
or when I
roller
wanted to be in the
coasters.
front
Yep.
row, it's like I wanted that fear. And it's funny because when I was a kid, I read this in online the other day. At 11:30. this Chiller Theater would come on. They play, and it was Bill Cardell, Chilly Billy, and he was like all campy, and he would do like the prelogue or whatever. Um, to these scary movies, right? And then he'd come on in between commercials, and I would say, "I'm taking a nap," like a 10. I'm telling my grandma, "I'm taking a nap. Wake me up when Chiller Theater comes on." And I would it's like, "Why did you wake me up?" Because once I fall asleep, you can't wake me up. I cannot be awake. Well, at least when I was a child, the house could have moved and I would have not awake. And now, after having kids, I hear everything.
Every sound stirs you.
Even though I think I had a dream that there was a slight um earthquake. And that
Oh,
may not have been a dream, because that's happened here before. Like in the middle of the night, the bed was rumbling. I felt something, but I didn't get up. But anyway, so Chiller Theater is in Pittsburgh on WPXI is coming back. So I don't know who
oh,
the host is going to be, but I wish I could watch it. Maybe I can watch it. Do you think I can watch regional?
I'm sure you can. I
Yeah.
don't see why you couldn't.
They had the scariest movies. Like, yeah, super scary. Anyway, but now I don't really want to be scared. I think no, life is scary enough.
I think that's
So
true.
anyway, so
My
yeah, so
wife, so my wife, she listens to this dude on YouTube
mhm.
who kind of like does the same thing. He tells like current stories,
There's
but
scary
in it,
stories.
well, I mean, there's supposed to be real life events
Okay.
that is now like mysterious ending or people are missing or whatever. And I'm trying to
Mhm.
think of the dude's name or whatever. When I think about it, I'll let you know. But yeah, it is weird. I don't like that
So he
feeling of
tell
fright.
there's a girl who I don't know if she's on YouTube, but I've seen her on Reels where she tells like stories of like crazy stories and puts makeup on.
Oh wow.
Like she puts this crazy, like she's a makeup artist. She puts these makes her face up as she's telling it. It could be like Black Dahlia or you know some Truman Capote-esque like story,
Yeah.
and she's putting all this makeup on. Then when she's done, her face is all made up.
Oh, so while she's telling the story, she's putting on
She's
the
putting the
makeup.
makeup. Mhm.
That's kind of like the. Oh, I like that. That's a nice little
Yeah, you're like,
shtick.
"Oh, okay." You're like, watch her, and she's like, "Yeah," and then, putting the eyeliner
It's
on
like a
and stuff.
two-part thing. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. There was something I saw the other day, and it was like a story, and it was supposed to have a two-part,
Hmm.
and there wasn't. So I was like, "So what happened?" And
Oh,
then
that's the worst. That's the cliffhangers.
I
Yeah.
went looking, I was like, "There was nothing. There was nothing." I was like I gave it a thumbs down. I was like, "Thumbs down.
Those
You didn't
true,
finish."
like those true crime stories type
Yeah, but you're
shit.
not finishing. Yeah, what's up with that? So oh, there's this one family, they live in a haunted house, they bought this haunted house to remodel it,
Hmm.
and they took you through, like, the whole remodeling of the house and different stuff that happened in the house and videos and stuff like that. Like, they're like, "You decide for yourself." Like, "Okay." Like, it was like I bought a haunted house or something. Okay, so today is Tuesday.
Today
I
is
mean, it just
Tuesday.
feels like the whole weekend just flew by. Um, so other than the movies, I mean, I went for some walks with Jason and the dog. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and I made Szechuan beef stir fry yesterday.
That
Beef and
sounds
broccoli.
tasty.
It was so spicy. I was like, my nose was running. So, but it was super tasty. But anyway, all right. You're going to do our main topic, Shayne. Tell everybody about our main topic.
I'm doing the main topic today.
Oh, I sent it to you. I said that. Did I send it to
No, you
you?
didn't. I don't think you sent it to me, Trish.
I sent it. It's you know what it is about your work spouse.
Oh, that main topic.
Yeah. What else is there?
Oh, that's funny. I don't know. So yeah, so our main topic today is going to be your work spouses. Now we kind of touched on this before. If you listen to any of our podcasts, we have kind of given you the top 10 things you should do and should not do while in the office. And one of those things in particular has always been and will always be uh, not having a work spouse. You cannot, under any circumstances, start having a work spouse when you got a real spouse at home. Now, if you're
You
single,
can't have a work
you
spouse?
cannot. You cannot. You
I
can't.
thought you could.
I say you can't. You can't mix. you can't mix it because eventually it's going to turn into something more than what it should be, right? And so, just so everyone
No,
know, what
it's
is a
not.
yes, it
Oh
will. It
my god.
oh
No,
my
it
gosh, listen,
won't.
yes, it will. Yes, it will,
Okay. Okay, good.
especially if the two people are attractive. Now, it's one thing to have a work spouse. Your work husband is like some old man in the mailroom or the old lady at
Well,
in the
that wouldn't be your
cafeteria.
no, that
You
wouldn't be
know,
your work husband. Your work
y'all want to
husband would
play. Y'all want to play and be a little flirty with the old people. That's fine.
no, it's not you're not flirty with your work spouse. They're just no.
Yes, you are. That's what makes it
No,
a work
you're
spouse.
not.
The
No,
work
you're
spouse
not.
is the oh my
No,
gosh.
do
Okay,
your
so
work
let's
okay.
clarify this.
All right, you
What's
go.
your
Oh, you go.
you define work spouse first? What's your definition
No,
of a
to
work spouse?
me, the work spouse that is that person you click with,
Mm-hmm.
you talk, and you're simpatico with. Like you talk shit with that person. Like you always have something smart to say. Like that. That's the to me the work spouse is somebody who gets you. Like they get you, not
Okay.
somebody you're attracted to. So
Yeah.
what's
So
your you're so
my
funny.
definition of work spouse is someone who you form a kinship with
Mm-hmm.
over the environment in which you're working in,
Okay.
and that it is also someone who you have an attraction to, right?
Mm,
Yes, it is.
no, it
Yes,
isn't.
it is. Your work
Okay, if you
spouse
say
is
so.
someone that you can flirt with, someone you go to lunch with. They bring you lunch, you bring them
Oh,
lunch.
I'm not
You
bringing
think,
them lunch.
see, you never had a work spouse. Then you never had a work husband. If you've never brought a nigga lunch because he's
Never
just
brought
your work
anybody
husband.
lunch.
Yeah.
No.
So my
Okay.
God.
So if you look at what the article says, there are people in the workplace who have developed a relationship closer than friendship. Oh. Oh,
No,
then
go
I've
ahead.
never
Keep reading. Keep
oh.
reading. Keep
One
reading.
coworker described James isn't just my coworker. He's my person at work, my
My
go-to.
person.
I
I
share things
share
with
things
him
with
that I
him
don't
that I don't
share
share with
with others in
others
the,
in
in
the
the
office.
office. And he does the
He
same with
does the
me.
same with me.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. No, keep reading.
No, it
I
says we have
trust
a
him. He
and
trusts
he
me.
tr
We have a special, close, platonic, emotional bond. We are loyal, honest, supportive of one another. I respect him. He respects me. God damn, if that don't sound like somebody you fucking, but you not fucking.
Well,
My
that
goodness.
doesn't that's not to me because I don't have none of that with my husband. So I'm like, no, it doesn't. That would
That's funny. I'm like, what is this? Is this a
no.
marriage? What are they describing here?
No, this is
Yeah,
this is yeah, this ain't marriage. This nobody would describe marriage this way.
your work spouse is someone that you are
Nobody would
special
describe
with.
their real husband this way.
Nah, no one who's really married. Like if
Right.
you, I'm not talking to you people who are like married for like
Like,
6, 7 months. No, you don't count.
excuse
That's
me,
not.
Prince, but
No.
James sounds like a fuck boy.
Yeah, you got to have 5 years in. You got 5 years of marriage plus. You're not going to describe your spouse like this. Yeah, when I
No.
tell you that James and Susie Ann, whoever this is, they close. They hold each other's hand when they're going to lunch. Like James puts his hand on the small of her back, right at the top of
No.
her ass when
Oh
he's escorting her
no.
through the
That's not
door.
cool. That's
You
not
know,
cool.
they stare at each
Mm-mm.
other's eyes when they're eating their food, and they
No.
giggle. What you
Okay.
doing?
All right. All right. So you tell us why so many people bond with a work spouse.
So let's take it. We work a 40-hour work week, is that is at least that's what they say. But in
Okay.
reality, we spend probably maybe 50, 60 hours at work because
Mhm.
it's we got to drive to work, get there, we fool around, we sit around, we go,
Mhm.
snack rooms, whatever. And there's usually after a while, there's one or two people in there that you see consistently. They're in your environment, and you guys
Mhm.
start hanging out. And then,
And I've had plenty of guy friends like that, like where I get to work, we go down, we get my bacon and get my
hmm
decaf coffee, or sometimes they would grab it for me when I
hmm
didn't get there. It's like, hey, Rich, can you go downstairs and get
hmm
now then consider me a work spouse, more like a work cousin,
To them,
a
you were
work
like
brother.
you're like
No,
their work,
no,
like
it's like
their
a work
work
brother.
girlfriend, trying to get you up to
No.
work spouse level. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
you just never quite caught the hint that they was trying to be your work husband or whatever. Because your work spouse,
Okay.
this person that you spending all these hours with, you go grab lunch with them because you get
Yeah.
comfortable with them. They're your safe space at work. You can talk shit about your managers together. You can talk shit about other coworkers together.
Right.
It's not gonna go no
Yeah.
further than this person. You know,
Right.
you know what? If you want to leave work and you like want to go grab lunch, you'll go grab this person because that's your person. You
Mhm.
fucking with them, they fucking with you. Now y'all go grab lunch together and conversations get a little bit more personal. You start sharing other details because maybe you frustrated with your real spouse. So you tell your
Oh.
spouse what's going on. And then if your work spouse is a fuck boy or a fuck girl, they're gonna hit you with the damn. That's crazy. I would never do that if I was in their position. Ooh, shit.
So funny.
Nah, that's he did what?
Oh
That's
my
wild. Nah,
gosh.
I'd rub your feet every night when you come home. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh
that's not
man.
cool.
Why you getting McDonald's again today? Your wife don't
Yeah,
cook you nothing? Don't
that's
worry
not
about it.
cool.
I'm gonna bring you something tomorrow. And then she
Oh,
brings you a home
no.
cooked meal
Mm-mm.
or
Oh, yeah,
whatever,
my girlfriend
you know.
China, she don't play that greedy fat girl on, TikTok. She shuts down all the girls trying to cook for her husband.
You know, like it happened. Like that's how the work spouse relationship starts going a little further and a little further. And
Mhm,
some people can just keep it super flirty, super edgy, and don't really cross the
mhm,
line. But then, God forbid, you're in a job where you travel with these people, and now you out of town, and you just
hmm.
had a fight with your spouse, and you ain't been fucking for
Ah,
about 2 or 3 weeks.
oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
man, I
God! Now
can't
you at the
even
bar, drinks is
oh.
flowing, you 2,000
This
miles away.
does not say any of this.
Oh my gosh! Oh my
You
God,
wrote
what's about to happen
you
tonight?
wrote
What?
a entirely new article. That is so
What?
funny.
What is happening tonight? That we fucking, and we're not going to talk about it.
We can't
Mm,
say that because I have to be able for standards and
oh, I'm
practices to
sorry.
say there's no
Oh, we getting to know each other really well. Really, really well. And then when you get back
okay.
to the office, you got your work spouse who is literally your work spouse. So they are there where you can fuck with them as far as needing help with your work, you need help with projects, you got something pending, they got your back. Maybe you got to grab an email, maybe from one of those places that is super stringent about everything and you forgot to lock your computer at your desk. You can be like, yo, go lock my computer for me. They got that for you. Maybe you
There
want to
are
be
people
late.
like that are
Yes.
not work spouses, though, that do
They
those
want to be
things.
though. Listen, man,
No,
I'm
babe.
hate to burst your bubble, but Trish, there's not been an
I
attractive man that has been nice to you in your work career who has not thought about you being their work spouse. I'm trying. Yes, yes, it is. It is pretty problems, people. Pretty
okay.
people have never really had to experience platonic relationships. I tell my wife that all the time. She was like, "Oh, this guy was so nice to me at the store." I was like, "Cause he was trying to fuck. He was
But
trying to
stop
get to
saying
know
bad
you."
words.
Yeah,
Stop
that
saying
guy
bad
is not being nice to you because he just saw you walking and decided to be a good Samaritan. No, he saw your ass in your tights and was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then
ugh.
he came and pressed you, right? Work spouses are not just platonic relationships. Don't let
Okay,
this.
so let's go back to what Psychology Today says, Freud.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it says, as I discussed in an earlier post, relationship labels help members and others understand social closeness and expectations. Labeling someone a work spouse helps members of this relationship, coworkers, and people outside of the office better understand the close connection of these colleagues. It helps everyone figure out what to think, do, and say regarding these relationships. So, they are more likely to form when people experience A, similarities, B, compatibility, C, complementary strengths of opposites, and or D, availability and physical proximity. Work
Mm-hmm.
spouses start as friends and grow naturally over time. Rather than seeing work spouses, partners come to recognize them often the label, the special bond that is formed. For instance, two doctoral students began seeing each other or themselves as work spouses after their major professor appreciated their positive influence on each other and began referring to them as Mr. and Mrs. Sociology. Um, this doesn't this doesn't say it's bad.
It depends on who you ask. The people who are involved in those relationships don't think it's bad, but
Well, Psychology Today doesn't think it's bad.
I bet you their spouses think it's bad. My wife would not appreciate another woman
No, no.
cooking me
What
lunch and bringing
can
it
you
to
be
me.
a work spouse without being the spouse at home?
What can you be a work spouse without having a spouse at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be single and just have a work. That's my work
Yeah.
spouse. That's my work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
always make it sound
if you're
right.
single,
Yeah,
there is
nobody's
nobody in your life that have a problem with it.
oops, sorry.
You know,
Y
and there's
yeah,
nobody around you that have a problem with it. So therefore
right, it's
it's
just a work
cool.
spouse. Yeah.
But that
So,
doesn't mean it's good though, because once you and that work spouse cross the line and start being intimate with each other,
this does not
and then
say
oh
that
my
is going
gosh,
to happen.
it does happen. I'm telling you what
I'm just
happens.
I'm sure it
You
happens.
know
It's
what
people that
happens.
work together, hook up and then they get
all
married
the
or
time.
all the time. So we're not talking about that.
And they don't always get married. Shout out
So
to Trisha
or
trying to make it rosy and pretty. No, they do
people
not
that work
always get
together,
married.
I mean, yeah,
People work together, fuck, and then they get broken up,
is a
and then
bad
they have
language.
issues.
Okay. It's here it says, what are the advantages of having a work spouse? Having a work spouse can be a great benefit to the organization. For example, influencing higher levels of employee commitment.
Committed to
Individ
what?
I don't know.
Getting to
Individuals,
know their
stop it.
spouse.
Individuals with a work spouse report improved work effectiveness and
Sure
feelings of
do.
connectedness.
Of course, I feel connected to the
Given
person I
they
was just connected to.
genuinely given the genuine care they have for each other, work spouses provide one another with a safe place to communicate and confide their problems without embarrassment or fear. They help
Facts.
improve performance by giving candid and honest feedback. And they
Facts.
offer a safety net where individuals can let their guard down and provide an escape from pressures of the office
Facts.
environment.
Just like I said. You have that person you
Okay.
can talk shit with.
Yeah. So it's like your boy.
No, I've never considered any of my male friends my work husband at work. That has never fucking
Okay,
happened
go.
ever.
All right, so go to the challenges. Go to the challenges. You read the challenges of having a work spouse.
All right. So when we're talking about having these work spouses, again, it's not all peaches and cream. So challenges is first, some skeptics believe work spouse is a cover for romance or sexual attraction. However, researchers stress that these are platonic relationships are formed among all different types of employees, and often among people who would not be sexually or romantically attracted to each other, i.e., a gay man and a straight female, or two straight women. I've never known two women be like, that's my work wife, one. And I definitely have seen a gay man and a straight woman be like, that's my work spouse, that's my work husband.
Yes.
But they still make they make heterosexual jokes towards each other because
Mhm.
they're work spouses or their work partners or whatever
Right.
the case may be. You
Right.
notice that did not say a man and a woman. You
Okay.
notice the examples they use because a man and a woman cannot call each other work spouse, spend time together, share intimacy together.
Mhm.
Now, intimacy is not always physical, people.
Right.
Intimacy is looking at each other in the eyes while having a conversation. Intimacy is, like the article said earlier, telling them something that you don't tell anybody else. Those are
Mhm.
all intimate moments. And if you share those intimate moments with someone of the opposite sex, or excuse me, or you share that with someone who you're sexually attracted to, it's going to turn into something, right?
Well, then I mean, then you yeah, that's if you turned your crush into a work spouse. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
that's when it would happen.
No,
If it's
because
legitimately your work spouse, like that's your person at work.
right. But your person at work is the
Mhm.
person you spend more time with than your person at home. If we're talking about going into the office, if we're talking
Mhm.
about just going into the office where it was years and years ago,
Right, back in my
just
day.
all back in my day
Right.
when we went into the office,
Right.
where you were spending 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day with this person,
Mhm.
you spend more time being active and alert with that person than you do your own
Well,
spouse.
you spend more time with everybody in your office than you do with your family. So,
But no, because then there's people in your office you don't like, so you don't fuck with them, and so you only deal with the people that you like, i.e., your work spouse is the person you
okay.
go to see your lunches with, you go get your snacks with, you go for your walk. You want to be a little health, your New Year's resolution. We'll just go take these afternoon walks together. If you work at a really nice place and you got a gym in the building, you go to the gym together before or after work. I definitely 1000% know people who started to have their like after work gym partners. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that lasted all about a month before it turned into something else after work or
Okay.
whatever. Right. Like, so this is not your work spouse is cute, but it's not a game. You have to be very mature. You have to be
Mhm.
very focused on what the boundaries are in this relationship because just being a human, you let your guard down, feelings will develop. Right. Like if you let
Okay.
your guard down,
If you say
things
so.
are gonna happen. You've never let your guard down. You've always been on point. Trish never even gave these niggas the time a day.
I
She
don't
was like, "Thank you for my coffee. I got to take a call." It's no. Oh well. Next time I'm gonna walk down with you to go get the coffee. Oh well. Let's just go and grab coffee off site next time. Let's just get off site. It's just so stuffy
I don't
here.
know.
Oh my gosh. You want to go? What
I've
about
gone
after work? Let's go after work to grab some coffee together.
no.
Let's
Nobody's
go
doing
do that.
that. Okay. All right. So it says work spouse relationships are often misunderstood and motives for them being called to question into question. Um, yeah. So this is what you're saying. First, some skeptics, like I said, believe work spouse is a cover for romance or sexual attraction. However, researchers stress that these are often they're platonic relationships and they're formed among all different types of employees.
Right. But
And
when you
often
form those,
among people who are not sexually or romantically attracted to one another.
you keep reading that part, that don't change
Yeah.
the fact that it's not that ain't the case all the time. It ain't
Yeah,
the
but I can
case.
no, it's not the case all the time, but a lot of times it could be the case.
A
So,
lot of times people could be nice, but they choose to be assholes.
okay.
Like it's and now another challenge with being work spouse is the work gossip that starts because of it.
Mhm.
Right? People in the work spouse relationships can be disadvantaged because their relationships become a fodder for gossip. People be talking. The streets gonna be talking about you. "Man,
Mhm.
why she always at his desk? Why he always over here? Why they always go to lunch together? Dang, he bring her breakfast again? Oh, wait, she went and grabbed him coffee again? My
Oh,
gosh. Wow, look
okay.
at that. So now, work spouses are maybe viewed by coworkers and management, even worse, as a unit, making it difficult that their individual contributions can be recognized. Because who did it? Was it Jane or was it Jack? Who did it? I don't know. They're always together. They worked on it together. So neither one of you are gonna get your proper acknowledgement for the things that you're doing. And
Okay.
now another challenge that they say, some resistance to work spouses come from the label itself. As object to using familiar terms for work relationships, they perceive terms such as spouse, husband, wife to be a violation of their home relationships. As this is explained, the term spouse is sacred. I only have one spouse and I'm married to them. I will not refer to a work relationship as a spousal relationship.
Mhm.
Right. So
Yep.
those are some challenges that come with having a work spouse, but they're the
So,
perks.
what what are the perks?
The perks are having someone that you can bounce work ideas off of, having
But
someone
can't that
who's
just be
there
a
to help
friend?
you.
I'm just
Right,
so confused
right,
why that can't
right.
just be a friend.
Because it stops just being your work friend when you start doing spousal type shit for each other. Like the work spouse, work wife, work husband is when the relationship goes into catering to each other's needs or wants, right? And
Oh.
catering can be something as simple as,
Because so many
oh,
spouses do that for one another.
they should do it for one another, right? And I think that's another thing. Work spouses tend to fill in that gap that you're not getting at home, right? So,
Okay.
someone doesn't have a spouse who's very caring about their individual needs. Well, then here
Mhm.
comes your work spouse bringing you your favorite thing to eat on Fridays. Every Friday, they bring you your favorite little snack from the store. They
Then
bring
I
your
must be
favorite
the
candy
biggest work
bar.
spouse because I used to go to Chick-fil-A and either get chicken minis, get Krispy Kreme donuts, or bring, Revolution donuts all the time for the office
Yeah,
when I was in the
well, I mean, that's for the whole office.
yeah.
I would make you like,
Yeah, I like them. I
the
was like,
pass
"You're"
around in the office, the work pass around,
yeah,
if you want to put it in terms like that. But no, we're talking about individual relationships.
okay.
Like we're talking about those when you go to work and your only thought is, what am I going to bring Shayne today? Oh,
Mm.
Shayne likes Snickers bars. I'm gonna put 2 Snickers bars at Shayne's desk. Or I'm going to work. I'm like, oh man, I just walked past this nursery and that's Trish's favorite flowers right there. Let me go make sure she has some tulips on her desk
That's
when she comes
weird.
in.
That would be
You know,
weird.
that's how work spouses.
That
That's how it
okay,
goes from work friends to work spouses. You're like,
okay.
oh,
Well, I've
everyone in the
never
office is
had
like,
that.
we're going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings for lunch, and y'all are like, ah, nah. Well, we like Chipotle, so
Yeah, that's weird.
me and Jane, we're gonna go over to Chipotle and grab our
Right,
lunch.
that's
Then we'll
weird.
meet y'all back here or whatever, right?
Okay,
So that's where we go from work friends to work spouses. Is when you start catering to the needs of that person individually outside of what the team is doing.
okay. So what
I
so
mean, best
final
advice is op
so good or bad?
depends on who you are. If you're single,
Mhm.
then a work spouse can be an amazing thing. It
Okay.
can be a relationship that you have outside of whatever other relationships you have. If you're in a relationship or you're married, the work spouse can cause arguments because God forbid your significant other finds out that you are catering to the needs of someone else by bringing them lunch, making them lunch, you know, whatever the fuck, paying for their ticket
Making them
somewhere.
lunch, that's
You
insane.
know,
Okay.
that's
That's a boyfriend or a girlfriend
exactly,
at work.
like it that just because y'all ain't actually did nothing, don't mean that it's okay. You
Mhm.
don't bring me lunch every day. Like, why are you bringing me lunch every day? You want my wife to cut me and you? Like, don't
Yeah, that's weird.
don't do that. Don't do that,
Okay,
right?
so what? Final thoughts, what?
Be friends. Keep it friendship. Like when that person says, "Hey, do you want to go grab something?" Like, I'm good. Know what I mean, like do like Trish do. Like, all right, let's go grab something for the office. Everybody in the office can get some coffee. I'm not bringing just you coffee. Like keep it. Gotta keep that strict line strict. Don't let that boundary get blurred. Don't talk about your. Don't talk about your relationship issues outside of work with your work person,
Mhm.
because that's a huge opening that you're leaving there for this person to cater to a need that your outside relationship isn't providing. Just keep it work. Keep it work. Keep it friendly or whatever. You know what I mean? Keep it pushing or whatever. The only work spouses you should be fucking is if you work from home and your work spouse is your
Would you
spouse.
stop saying using bad words? Okay.
Do that. You know, my work spouse, she uptight. I be trying to get some afternoon attention. She be acting all up. I gotta homeschool kids. We talk about kids got a test to do. I'm like, what you mean they got a test to do? I'm trying to test you. What you trying to do? Like,
Oh
you trying
my
to pass this test
gosh.
or not? What you
Oh
doing?
my gosh.
It's whatever.
You are a complete fool. That went all the way left. That is not what that's
I mean, that is the
I
work
got
spouse situations.
yeah, I
Everyone,
didn't
everyone working virtually. Like your work spouse is now your real spouse. So now you got to treat them like you treat your work spouses. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
well, I don't have a I don't have a work spouse because my husband doesn't he's not at home. So even during the pandemic, he kept going to the office. So but that was so we didn't end up on the news.
Yeah, exactly.
So he
Shout out
was
to all
like
those relationships
he
that
had
end up
to
with divorce. Divorce attorneys were making that
he had to
money.
he had to
2021.
keep some semblance of just normalcy. Otherwise, we would all and plus when he's, talking, he's like when he's on call, like, "Oh, Jim, you're so funny." I'm like, "Oh,
Ah,
no, we could not
yeah.
we could
Oh
not
my
take
god.
that. We could not take that.
My kids saw one
Not
of
at
my
all."
videos that I put up online for my for manifested dreams. They're like,
Mhm.
"Dad, why are you talking like that?" I'm like, "What do you mean? That's how
You
I
mean
talk."
like
They're like,
this? Like this?
I'm like, they were like, "Dad, that is not how you talk. You cuss out chop judges on the TV. You don't talk like that." I'm like, "Yes, but those chop judges be making bad decisions sometimes." And so
Who just what judges?
chopped, chop TV show,
Oh,
the
on
food
your
cooking for
show.
chop.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is so funny. You and that guy's name, what's his name
the
again?
host Ted,
Yeah. Is it Ted or Tim?
Ted, Ted is the
Okay.
host of Chop.
Yeah, and he
I
was
know
the
his
guy
last name
from
though.
yeah, he was the guy from, Queer from a Straight Guy. I looked it up, so
Wait, so Ted is Ted Allen is his name.
yeah. Mhm. He was on the original version of
Oh,
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Mhm.
is he of the LGBTQI community?
I don't know, but I don't think you had to be well, no, yeah, it was Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. They were queer dudes, and
That
they
was helping straight
qu
dudes learn how to
did
dress, right?
learn how to dress, cook, just everything. Yeah.
Yeah, his website says Emmy winner OG queer eye for straight guy.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess, since it's called Queer Eye for a Straight Guy, I assumed he was queer, but
yeah,
whatever.
Ted's my guy, yo. Ted be like the way he talks trash in such a eloquent manner to these
Oh.
cooks is hilarious to me.
Okay. All right. Well, that's that on that. What else?
That's that.
Yeah, that's
No, I think
that's
we are
that's all for
approaching. We are about what is it? 12 days away from a great interview that we're gonna have soon.
Oh, yes, we are.
Yes, we are. You know what I'm
12 days
saying?
away.
12 days away.
Mhm. No
Can't
pressure.
wait for you guys to get that one. I mean, that's gonna be dope. We have a lot other persons coming out to give us their perspectives on career choices, from going entrepreneurship to working and climbing that corporate ladder. And for those who are trying to decide whether or not what to do, do I stay in this corporate grind or do I go off and do my own thing? You know, decisions we all are facing.
Yep. Yes. I mean, you think, and I don't want to get all sappy or just in just in my feelings, but you think at a certain age you'd have it all figured out. I don't think you ever
I don't think anyone
just
ever
have
has
it
it figured out.
all figured out.
I think every day we try to not make the same mistakes we made yesterday.
Mhm.
That's the best we can do today, is just not be better than what I was yesterday, and then hope that the lessons that I've learned can give me insight on how to make decisions for tomorrow.
Yep.
Because that's it. I remember when I was younger, I thought adults knew everything. And
Oh,
then I became an adult.
yeah. No, I never thought adults knew
Oh
everything.
my
I thought
gosh,
that
I
my
still
parents were idiots.
that's
I thought
funny.
I knew everything, so I was the idiot.
Yeah, no,
So
I
that's
I
good.
definitely thought adults had like the keys to life and wisdom and
Oh,
knew everything or
wow.
whatever. I
No,
feel like I kind of do now because my kids can ask me questions and I'll act like I didn't hear them while I look it up. While I ask, I'll ask ChatGPT or I'll look it up in Google for the answer, and then I'll be like, "What'd you say?" And then I'll turn around and then I'll give them the answer, and they'll look at me with like these all-knowing eyes, like,
like,
"Damn,
wow, he's
Dad know
omnipotent.
everything." You do like Dad be on his shit.
He's
Yes.
all-knowing. So funny. All right, well, where can they find us, Shayne?
Man, where can you find us? You can find us on the Twitter or X, excuse me. You can find us on the X. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on StreamYard. You can find us on any streaming platform. And if you don't feel like searching, you can just ask Siri or ask Alexa, and they'll
Right.
find us for you. You don't gotta do
Mom, I told my
that's
mother
it.
that yesterday. She's like, I haven't seen your podcast in a while. How do I find it? I'm like, first of all, you can just go to our website and they're all listed there.
www.211cruisers.com,
Okay. You can say to Alexa or on your phone to find our podcast, and
and they'll
literally
find
you will
us.
find it.
We
Okay.
are known by Alexa and Siri. They fuck with
Yeah.
us. They
Right.
know who
It's
we are.
like, geez, if your own mother can't.
Listen, I asked him, I'm like, yo, I asked my wife, I'm like, you still listen to our podcast? She's like, yeah. I'm like,
Does she? My husband
yeah.
doesn't.
But she was like, I'm like 5 episodes behind though. I'm
5.
like,
What's she been
oh.
doing?
I'm like, what you doing? She was like, I listen to it for 30 minutes. And then I'll get
Oh,
distracted by something else and I have to go back. And
okay.
I'm like, all right, cool, man. Just
That's
keep
fine.
listening,
She
please.
is molding minds, so
She is. She's out
she's
here
busy.
homeschooling, yelling,
She's
fussing,
busy.
trying to teach them a thing or
Um,
two.
Jason thought that your little pun was hilarious
Which one?
about the guy squirting in the
Oh,
case
that's
with the
funny.
water. He's
Did
like,
he like that?
"Yo,
That's
that
cool.
was hilarious."
Shout out to them.
I was like, as you can see from the video, I didn't get it.
Not a
It just
clue.
went
And that was
"Woo,"
what made it even funnier to me. I was cracking up,
went
yo.
right over
I'm like, she does not
it
hear
went
me at
right
all.
over my head. So anyway. All right, Shane. Well,
All
thank
right, love.
you and thank everyone for tuning in.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, bye.
Bye.